Hey, hello, my name is Gussus, and you can tell that this time it's a little different. I'm deciding to do this in my car. Been kind of busy lately, so I just thought I'd change a scenery, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. And if you don't know who I am, I'm basically helping people with social skills and really helping people become their true self in life. So here for this topic, I am really going to talk about how exactly do you go through or deal with this problem of feeling emotions and wanting to feel emotions, but you're too scared to really let it out. And this might happen because maybe you've been hurt in the past, maybe you went through a really bad breakup, you pour yourself out there, and but the person never really received you. And from then, you never really felt like anyone could ever accept you as a person. And that becomes a problem because later on in life, you really do try to want to go out there and create and form friendships and sometimes romantic relationships. And it's kind of hard when you are not really making any connections with people. Yeah, because you're not really opening yourself up. And here I want to really talk about the first steps to go about approaching this issue. And this one is really starting from a point of understanding emotions. So let's talk a little about emotions. I believe emotions should not be contained, but they should be harnessed. Like the way I kind of describe emotions is kind of like it's like a wild horse. You want to tame the wild horse, and you don't want to contain the horse. Like when you have the wild horse, you're able to ride on it. It becomes something that really amplifies you and gives you a lot of freedom. But when you contain it, it becomes caged up and it becomes very unnatural. It feels like you're always lacking something. You felt this some kind of emptiness inside of you. So for us as human beings, I feel like in order to be a human being, part of it is to be emotional, to feel emotions. So, for all of us that are really trying to keep our emotions in and trying to contain it, trying to wall it up, I don't really think that this is perhaps the best approach to go about it because you will go through your life feeling empty, feeling motionless, feeling unmotivated because you sealed off every one of your emotions when you're trying to not feel anything at all. And so here I really want to go about talking about this area. And if you have been in a stage where you haven't been feeling any emotions in a long time, but or when you do feel emotions, it's like this slight twist or like a small feeling of emotions, but it's usually like anger, bitterness, or jealousy, something that's of a negative sort. I want to go about see if I can help you practice letting out and handling that emotion. Okay? So first, here going about with emotions, if you especially have not been feeling a lot of emotions and been holding it back, when you let that emotion out, it will literally feel like a flood. You'll feel like your your body won't be comfortable with it because you haven't been feeling emotions for a long time. And suddenly you're letting all of your emotions out. You will literally feel very uncomfortable, especially if it's bitterness, it's anger, everything that's coming out. So, my advice will be when you feel these emotions, let them out slowly. And how do you go about letting these emotions out? Think of these past events that have really triggered your downward spiral. I really feel like these pivotal big events in your life that really decided you and left you feel heartbroken, vulnerable, attacked. I think these are some of the events that you really look at in your life. And when you go about approaching these emotions, this is the key part. when you feel these emotions, when you let them out, I want you to try this technique with me. The way I kind of describe it is that if you can imagine yourself as a furnace and there's fire inside. For those of you that might not know what a furnace is basically in the old days where people take like they were trying to make weapons or trying to make armors, and so they need to heat stuff up, right? So they take it, and then this metals and all these thing, and they trying to shape it. They put it in the furnace to heat it up so that it becomes more malleable, and then they pull it out and then they hammer it. So it's basically a hot metal piece of equipment that has really strong fire inside, but the furnace is strong and it holds that fire inside. So here, I want you to really imagine yourself as a furnace and the raging emotions inside of you as that fire. And throughout this whole process, you need to understand that it doesn't matter how strong your emotions are. It doesn't matter if you're going to break down, you feel like crying, the furnace will always stand. You will always be okay. Oh, sorry. As in, the emotions inside of you, they can't make you do the things that you want to do. Like, they can't control your actions unless you let them. So you can feel what you feel, but those feelings don't have to make you do things that you don't want to do. I can feel mad, but I always have a choice onto what to do if I'm angry or not. So here, when you're letting that emotion out, when you're triggering it, you might feel really sad, but I want you really to imagine yourself as a furnace, that you're just standing perfectly still and letting that fire just rage on inside of you. And just feel it. It might not feel comfortable, but I want you to feel it and then be still. And just practice that. Practice letting the emotions go on inside of you. Feel it in your heart, feel it in your chest, feel it in your legs, your arms, and everything. So that when you go through this whole exercise, you're really starting to get your whole body acquainted with emotions again. Because when you slowly let your emotions out, it doesn't feel comfortable. And to be honest, none of us really like these very negative emotions inside of us, and it feels horrible. Like, who wants to feel bad? No one wants to feel bad. But so, like, when you are feeling this, it's really a process for you to get used to yourself, to your own emotions, so that when you are able to gain to a more regular state, when you can regularly feel these emotions, you actually know how to express them to other people. And this is what will really get you back on that social track. In terms of when you talk to people, you will be more connected with other people because you are more emotionally connected. When that emotional element is sealed up, you will not be able to connect with others as readily as you are before. So this is why getting acquainted with your emotions and feeling that is incredibly important. So yeah, try out the furnace technique. Let me know how it goes. I just want to shoot something really quick. I still want to put out content for you guys, even though I'm busy. But hopefully you guys are doing well. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, take care. Yeah.